is after Hollingshed and the rest of his mafia gang have gone out, including Andre Bonner. The 17-year-old Jamonni Bland has run up the stairs on his own to go to the safety of his car or to find his friends to get out of this melee. The rest of his friends, Eugene Parker and his sister and godbrother, are still in the club. And one of the security guards, Ricky Williams, decides it's safe at that point to take them up the stairs and escort them out to their car. And unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that's where the video ends. There is no video in the parking deck. Be nice. Be really nice. But it's not necessary. Because you're going to hear from the eyewitnesses to the murder. They're going to take a stand right here. They're going to tell you what happened in the parking deck. Their reign of terror was not over. You're going to hear from Miranda Petaway, who's Andre Bonner's David's mother. And she goes to her car. She drove him down there. They jump in the car along with John Hollingshed Jr., getting ready to leave. And they're on their way out of the parking deck, trying to get out of the parking deck, when someone in the car tells them stop. It's not John Hollingshed Jr. It's Andre Bonner. He's the one that wants to stop the car. And they'll both testify and tell you that Mr. Hollingshed has already given the gun back to Bonner in the car. So the firearm is now in possession of Andre Bonner when he says, stop that car. A man who can't have a firearm becomes a convicted felon. He gets out. He goes to the back of that maroon SUV they're traveling in and draws down point blank within about a 10 to 12 foot range teenager, Jamonni Bland. This is occurring at the same time as Ricky Williams is getting out into the parking deck trying to bring that group of patrons to their car. Ricky Williams stand here, I'll sit here on this stand and tell you what this is. That he's in complete shock when he comes out into the open where there are lights and you can see what's going on. He's in complete shock when he sees that. He sees Andre Bonner, describes him to a T, black t-shirt with a long do-rag, drawing down, basically, who really has no idea what's coming. Ricky Williams did what he had to do. He pulled his weapon to protect Jamonni Bland and everybody else that was out there in that parking lot. But Ricky Williams pulled his service revolver and started shooting. At the suspect, he will tell you who was shooting Jamonni Bland. He'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen, he knows he hit that man that was shooting at Jamonni Bland. He knows because of the reaction when he got hit. And then saw him jump back in the car, the SUV, and off they go. You'll hear from John Hollingshed Jr. and Miranda Petaway that Bonner gets back in the car. Guess what? Mr. Williams was right. He was shot in the neck and in the arm.
All the pictures. including Mr. Martin, run out of the club at a rapid pace. We can see on the video some people are falling, pushing each other out the way to get outside that club. And Mr. Bunner is amongst those people running to get out of the club. It's firearms everywhere outside. You'll hear the forensics person come and tell you there were at least 5 firearms that night in the park. At least 36 shell casings were found. I think 19 of them were from 45 calibers. At least 7 were from 40 caliber, and 2 9mm shell casings. And I want you guys to pay particular attention to that. At least 36 shell casings were found. As Mr. Bonner, along with the other patrons, are running to jump into Miss Miranda Petaway's vehicle, Mr. Bonner is shot in the neck and in the arm. And he's not the only person who was shot. Several other people were shot. At least 4 other individuals were shot that night. A gentleman by the name of Jonathan Snelling, Stephen LaRue, Jimmy Scott, Leon Davis, and Mr. Bonner. As Mr. Bonner was running out of the club, you'll see that he didn't have the do-rag tied down. It was just hanging from his head. So as he's running to jump in the car, the do-rag falls off his head. When he's in the car, Mr. Bonner realizes that he's been shot. He asks Miss Petaway to take him to the medical center. Now, this case is going to hinge upon, and I want you guys to pay particular attention to what Miss Petaway and Mr. Hollingshead says. And Miss Petaway gave at least 2 different versions of what happened. When she first gave her first statement to the MPD, she didn't know who John Michael Hollingshead was. He's some guy named T. His nickname is Tank. She sits in jail for a while, and then one day she has an epiphany. Mr. Bonner didn't shoot. But you'll hear on her last interview that she tells the detectives that when I stopped the vehicle, Andre and John jumped out of the car. You'll hear John Michael Hollingshead tell you that Miranda Petaway and Andre Bonner jumped out of the car. And I'll ask you, ladies and gentlemen, which one was it? Who jumped out of the car? You'll hear evidence that Mr. Hollingshead, a.k.a. Tanky, was on the run for several weeks until he was finally caught in the box. He was on the run for at least 18 days. I think he was finally caught by U.S. Marshals on July 23rd, 2013. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm certain that we've all heard Solomon's wise words that says, we can flee when no man pursues. And you'll see on the video there, there's no doubt about it that John Michael Hollingshead shot John Davis in the club. That's on video. There's no debate about it. And unfortunately, as Ms. Matson stated, there is no video to capture who shot Mr. Bland in that parking lot. And my heart does go out to his mother, because no mother should have to fear their 17-year-old son. But that's not the issue here. And I'm not, as we go through this trial, I'm not going to be callous. That's the issue here, is whether that gentleman committed this offense. You'll hear from Ricky Williams, better known as C4. He will tell you that the person he saw shooting in the crowd had on a black t-shirt and a hat. Quite a few people out there had on black t-shirts. He will further tell you that he did not get a good look at the gunman's face. And he will tell you that if he was to see a photograph of the gunman, that he would not be able to identify him. These are the things he told the detective. He's going to tell you that the gunman fired twice before he started firing at the gunman. And he's going to tell you that there were at least 6 people observing the gunman. And I would ask you, ladies and gentlemen, to ask the state, or at least keep note of this. Where are these other 6 eyewitnesses that Mr. Williams will tell you that there was another individual in the parking deck shooting as he was shooting. There's going to be no doubt about that. As I stated, there were at least 36 shell casings found out there. Mr. Williams will tell you that the individual shooting in the parking deck was in close proximity to the deceased in this case. Think about it. The person who was shooting was in close proximity of the deceased in this case. And lastly, Mr. Williams will tell you that it is likely that the person who shot Deon Davis is also responsible for killing the deceased. These are all the things he told the detective. Keep in mind, the person on the video shooting Deon Davis is John Michael Hollis.